Good morning, everyone. As promised, this is the Destiny Appointment Strategy session that was supposed to be uploaded with the voiceovers on yesterday. I apologize that did not get done. My time got the best of me. But we're here today to talk briefly. This will not be a long presentation about destiny appointments. And basically, when I'm saying destiny appointments, I'm talking about those things that God has ordained for your life, those divine opportunities, those divine moments that will step you into the fulfillment of your dreams and destiny. And so let's move to the next slide again. I'm hoping Lawrence, founder Fulfill Your Destiny and Dreams. And I'm also the Global and Innovation Strategist. So exactly, let's look at this. I have announcements. Stop and read. Number one, your defining moment is here, which is your destiny appointments. That is a defining moment when something interjects and pivots and turns you onto the path of your destiny fulfillment. So what is a destiny appointment? Again, it is an appointment or appointments that are specifically designed to assist you with and to also catapult you into what I like to call your destiny release. It is time for your destiny to be released. So what exactly is a destiny release? It is a release of virtue, of power, of creative energy, of fulfillment energy, of propelling energy towards your destiny being fully released into the earth. No more time for waiting. This is the time for your destiny release. And to the next slide, God gave me this phrase back in 2010 or so. And he said at that time that it was time for a destiny release. It was time for his people and the people of God and the people of these nations to rise up and release out of them what he put in you before you came to earth. So it's time to let it all out. It's time for your destiny to be released. So that means there are no more holdups, no more waiting, no more guessing in your mind nor being confused and doubt and fear and worrying about, is this the time? Should I step out? What should I do? How should I do it? Well, I speak to you prophetically to come forth and launch forth. Come out of that closet of shyness and release your destiny. Come out of that closet of fear and release your destiny. Come out of that closet of doubt and complacency and release your destiny. So that leads me to this next slide. What will it take for you to launch forth and forward into your destiny? So we must count the cost, and the Bible teaches us that principle. So I've listed out some things that you need to think about. You need to think about your time that's going to be needed to release your destiny. You need to think about the money you need to release your destiny, knowing that money can be given by God to fulfill it. So money should not be a showstopper, but you still need to think about and write down the money amounts you need and request them of God. And also be a tither and a giver and give into ministries where you're being fed and really sow, because sowing is the way to reap a heavenly harvest here on earth. And then also think of other investments that you need to make in your products, in your even thinking of your productivity, what needs to be done to up level or to increase your productivity. Think of no complacency being tolerated and just not accepting the status quo. Think of no laziness tolerated, that you're going to strive and pursue all and overtake this year. Think of no time wasters tolerated, like distractions, people calling you, people wanting to talk that are not aligned with your purpose and destiny, and conversations that are of gossip, conversations that are of time wasters, conversations that are of people sometimes laying their burdens on you when they need to relay their burden to Christ. So in this year, if a person comes and lays their burden on you, and hear what I'm saying, I'm talking about those people that are constantly laying burdens on you and that make you feel weighted down. Those people you need to refer to Jesus Christ. You can also pray for them on the phone, but guard your heart from that burden falling on you, because this is not the year for heavy weights, chains, or burdens. But instantly pray for that person, release them to the throne of Jesus Christ and the throne of God, and admonish them to cast their cares on the Lord, for he cares for them. And you protect your womb. And that's what I'm talking about with the weightiness. Men have a womb too, as well as women. And in your womb is an incubation system for God to download into you everything he wants you to do this year. But the cares of this world can choke it out. The cares of people, the cares of family life, the cares of caregiving, the cares of money issues, the cares of job issues, the cares of marital issues and raising children can weigh you down. So you're going to have to be quick to lay down the cares and give them to Jesus. So no time wasters tolerated this year. And also, lastly, think of time redeemed and used wisely. So on this path of your destiny appointments, you will need three key things: God's wisdom, innovation, and strategy. Let's talk about God's wisdom first. This is God's way, and it starts on how to get the job done or how to perform a given task. So your destiny is a given task. The full composite and all of the components of your destiny are a given task. So you have to choose God's way over your own way, because your own way will not work out and failure will be the result. So choose God's wisdom and ask him for his leading and guidance to understand, realize, and awaken you to your destiny appointments. Next is innovation. Innovation is doing something new that has never been done before. It also includes inventing new products, concepts, ideas, theories, and ingenuity. New things, new things, new things. God is a creator. He created you. He created the earth. He created the world. He created the things that we see that are godly. And so we have in us that same creative power. We are creative ingenuity geniuses, and we have it already in us to create. Again, you were born with creative power because you were born and created by God. And God is the master creator. The last key thing that you need is strategy. So when we're talking about strategy, we're talking about something that pulls together all of the innovation, all of God's wisdom into a formalized tactical plan that has full details for each item related to your destiny appointments path. So there are things that God is going to assign you to do this year, and you really need to get in his presence to hear his voice this year for what he will have you to do. And he's going to assign you to go places, meet with people, talk to people, speak to people, have speaking platforms, have book signings, have product release parties. Whatever it takes, you're going to have to go on the fulfillment path that he has for you. So even as you formulate your strategy, here are some key tasks that you need to do. Think in terms of the broad thinking and big picture first, the broad vision that you have. Then narrow down in on that big picture into action items, extrapolating action items from that big picture that will be steps you will take. Then thirdly, break down those actions into 3 steps per action item. Take the time to set a vision statement per action item of how you see it coming to pass that God shows you and according to his design. So God wants to reveal more to us this year. This is an awesome open door year, and it's an awesome prevailing and flourishing year for you and your destiny. But you must be willing to launch out into the waters, into the deep places in God, to hear his voice and to not hang around shallow water. Leave nothing on the table, leave nothing behind that God has for you this year. So I want to use an illustration scenario from someone in the Bible that had destiny appointments, and that's Joseph. Now, he had many destiny disappointments, and then he ended up having destiny appointments from the disappointments he endured. So through enduring the destiny appointments that Joseph's brothers, because that's what initiated actually when Joseph told them the dream that God gave him. And maybe Joseph should have kept that dream to himself for a season, because sometimes people are not ready for your dream. They may sabotage it, they may speak against it, they may have envy or jealousy in their hearts against it, they may plan to compete against it. So you have to guard your dream and keep it closely tucked in your heart until the time that God says, now release your dream. And then in that, you need to know who to release your dream to at the right time. Not everybody is ready for your dream. Some people can't stand your dream because it may appear, listen to my words, it may appear bigger than their dream. And that doesn't always have to be the case, because everybody has a God dream, and God has entitled everyone to live a full destined life that is designed for them and not for another person. So be unique in you and who God has called you to be, and stay in your lane. So let's look at a summation of his destiny appointments after he endured a lot of destiny disappointments. Genesis 39, 1 through 6. In Potiphar's house, Joseph became overseer. Now, there was a destiny disappointment that took place there, and you can read it, but it turned into an appointment with leadership and success, as we see Genesis 40, where it speaks of him being in prison and being able to interpret the dream of the butler and the baker. And then from there, it turned into an opportunity for him to interpret Pharaoh's dream. So it's led to a destiny appointment in Joseph becoming the governor of Egypt. So in the end of the whole story of Joseph's life, in the end, when he became more valiant and rose up out of the destiny disappointments into more and more destiny appointments, which is basically the favor of God, in the end, Joseph had a storehouse that ended up providing for the people with food during the 7 years of famine. And you can read that in Genesis 46 through 47. So a major point for you to remember in your personal life: you may have had destiny disappointments previously, but I believe your turnaround is now and has hit the earth now in your life. So forget the past, release it, forge ahead, and be brave. Be emboldened by God's hand to propel you and push you forward on your destiny appointments path. What heaven can afford to give you and release to you on your destiny appointments path will not make heaven broke. Heaven has lavish resources to pour out to you. Heaven is not broke. These are some of the things you need to do. Ask God for what you need. Go to him before you go to man. Command the angels of God to bring forth the resources you need. Command his angels to block demonic and satanic interferences. And be bold about coming to God for what you need, for your destiny to be released. Amen. So lastly, before closing, there'll be many doors which are going to be your destiny appointment paths that will lead you to your destiny full release this year. Go through every open door that God opens for you this year. Leave nothing behind nor untouched or unlocked. Choose the path of faith and not fear. Choose the path of encouragement and not dismay. Choose the path of joy in fulfilling your destiny. It is time for your destiny release. I activate you now to go and get it, starting now. Go. So I pray that this message has blessed you and this strategy session has ignited you and propelled you to move forward. What I am asking for you to do is to go to the Fulfill Your Destiny and Dreams Facebook page and look at some of the offers on there. I have a book on eBay called Manifestation Model of Success, which will be wonderful for you to purchase to really give you a blueprint of what you need to do to release your destiny. I also have other offers that I offered around Thanksgiving that made available later on after Thanksgiving. I think it was earlier this year, at the end of last year. They were gift packages in a gift box of different destiny and dream fulfillment resources. Take advantage of those resources. I am not pushy about you buying them, but I am pushy about you fulfilling your destiny. And when God makes a resource available to you, you must discern, is this the resource for me? And you must discern, should I take advantage of it? And what benefit can it bring into my life? So this has been Hope M. Lawrence, your global and innovation strategist. This is an older picture of me right here, if you can see it. My hair is not long anymore, it's cut. But nevertheless, this is me. So God bless you and God protect you. God keep you and make his face to shine upon you. Go forth and soar high into everything that God has for you. God bless you. Much love. Triumph. And know that God has a destined path for you to trot upon. This ends our session as I get ready to close it out. And I believe you will go through every open door this year. You will live the best days of your life. You will globalize your vision. And you will have freedom to do exactly what God has called you to do. God bless.